Welcome back to the seventh and final edition of the Ohio Mile Split at the Line video podcast. I'm Nathan Kopp, today joined by Jim Finley.
Today we're going to run down some of the best performances from the state meet. We had a lot of great performances, so we aren't going to be able to hit on all of them, but we are going to give you, boys and girls each division, who we think were the, top performer, the top two performers in each division. The most impressive thing, though, from the meet is that we had 25 new Ohio number one marks. Out of the 34 total events, only 9 didn't have a new top mark. That means this was a special state meet.
And I think if those of you who follow us on Twitter, we tweeted records were going to fall, and they sure did. And we're going to start with maybe the most impressive. Annie Heffernan, Cincinnati St. Ursula. Some of you tweeted to us that you thought that record would fall. She set the Ohio all-time state record in the 3200 with a 10 minutes, 14 seconds, .91. It also is a U.S. number 9 this year. Just on a side note, outstanding, unbelievable. The crowd was behind her, pushed her through those last 100 meters. Also, Lauren Wood of Mason, if not for Annie Heffernan, would have set a state meet record. She finished second, ran a 10:21.03. Very impressive in the girls 3200.
In the girls field, two big-time performances, two big-time athletes. The first one I want to talk about is Caitlin Daniels of Olentangy Orange. Absolutely shattered the previous Division I and all-time Ohio mark in the shot put by throwing 51 feet 2 inches. I was actually on the phone texting with Ashley Muffet, who owned the record previously, and she was asking me for updates on how she was doing, and I had to tell her that Caitlin got her, and she was actually pretty excited and said that was an amazing throw, and very, very humble about it. Caitlin's mark is the U.S. number 6 mark for this season. And earlier in the day, she had also won the discus by throwing 161 feet 7 inches, just about 4 or 5 feet off the Division I state record in the girls' disc. Another one I got to mention is Morgan Estes of Green. She set the Division I record in the pole vault. She moved the mark by 1/4 of an inch, but it's still a record. She went 13 feet and 1/4 inch to set the record.
Very impressive. As I look at the boys' side, something that kind of maybe not necessarily went unnoticed, but you had to kind of look back at the end of the meet was Desmond Palmer of Pickerington North. 40 points. How often does somebody show up in 4 events, never mind win or take first place in all 4 events? Won the 110 hurdles and the 300 hurdles, beating out Steele Wasick of St. Ed's in some very tight competition. His U.S. number 3 in 300 hurdles at 36.31, very impressive. And then he was also a part of 2 state championship relay teams for Pick North as they took home the boys runner-up. St. Ed's was the boys champ, and then Pick North was the runner-up this weekend.
Right. One thing I want to add in there, Nathan, is that people in the stands, talking to them after the meet, said that Desmond ran a 46.3 split on that 4x4 at the end of the meet.
That's rolling there. There's no doubt about it. Before I get back to Jim with a couple more of his, just a few noteworthy that maybe didn't are going to be the top of our list were Riak Reese of Gahanna Lincoln doubling in the 1 and the 200, and then Sam Morton of Tippecanoe going sub-9 in the 3200. A lot of you thought he would do that, and he did. Diamond Goss doubled in the 1 and the 2. And then Lauren Hoover, not a state record in the 800, but definitely a very emotional win for her. Those of you that follow us on Twitter and follow the U.S. Mile Split, the picture of Lauren Hoover as she crosses the finish line, the emotions really took over her. The last thing I'm going to talk about before I get back to Jim is Jordan Latimer of Huber Heights Wayne. Not a state record jump, but definitely going from 9th on his last jump to 1st to win the boys long jump. Very impressive.
In other news in the boys, the performance of the meet, I thought, for Division I came from Aaron Zadello of St. Ed's.
Where's he going to school? Where's he going to college at, Jim?
He will be at the Ohio State University.
Ohio State.
He was in second going into his last throw, and talking to his dad, he said this is the first time he's ever done it, but he started the slow clap, and that helped propel him to throw 61 feet, 4.5 inches to take the lead and win his first title of the day. Zdella came back, and I was joking with another coach, man, he's just workmanlike. He's like an assassin. He goes out, he does his job, no emotions involved. He threw 196 feet, 6 inches, didn't even crack a smile. Just went back, sat down under the tent, got in the shade. Just a very, very impressive athlete. He even followed that up the next day at the Ohio Mile Split Hammer Championships, which we'll talk about at the end, and threw 200 feet, 7 inches for second place. But also that I saw that I thought was really, really impressive was Finley's Tyler Brown. Finished second in the long jump at 23.1 and 3/4 inch. Came back later in the day, won the high jump at 6:10 and a quarter. And then he also won the 400 meters with a time of 47.08. Hey, that's 30 points from one person too. Not quite as impressive as Desmond Palmer, 28 points. Not quite as impressive as Desmond Palmer, but still very, very nice performance from him.
Led Finley to a 5th place?
I think they were
third place finish?
3rd or 4th,
okay.
yeah.
On the girls' side, just to wrap up Division I, Solon girls took home the team championship, and Cincinnati Withrow girls were the runner-up. Jim, before we move on to Division II, just a couple more Division I performances I feel like we need to hit. This one actually, for me, it comes from the prelims on Friday. The boys' 100 meters, the first prelim, although wind dated at 3.4 seconds, it can't go untalked about. First place, Riak Reese runs a 10.41 with a legal win, which would have been the state record, but it wasn't. But 8th place goes 10.78. So you talk about a fast prelim. First is 10.41, and 8th place is 10.78. Those guys were rolling.
For sure. Talking about another person that was rolling. Karen Winters of New Albany repeats as the state champ in the 400. She actually goes to U.S. number 3, 53.59 seconds. She's looking to be a 4-time state champ, and she's going to start, hopefully, she'll be able to challenge Jessica Beard's record in the 400.
Which is 51.67 off the top of my head.
51 fast, whatever
Yeah,
it is.
it was fast. It was unbelievable. As we move on to Division II, I'm going to touch with the girls' side first. Then we're going to go a couple of freshman phenoms. I'm going to go Michaela Butler from Liberty Benton. She wins the 200 and then goes second in the 100. And as you speak of Jessica Beard, there are some college coaches out there that think that Michaela Butler from Liberty Benton has a chance to go real low and be a really special, unique Olympic type athlete. One other athlete that was a freshman that did win an event was Mary Kate Vaughn from Dayton Oakwood, who won the 3200 and was just 2 seconds off the state meet record.
Right. For the field events, the girls' Division II most dramatic event, I guess, would be the girls' high jump, where it actually took a jump off for Salina's Michaela Winning to be crowned the champion at 5 feet 5 inches. She's only a junior, so she's back for one more year. In the jump off, she actually beat Christina Canning of Indian Hill, who had cleared 5.4 previously. Another impressive performance would be Alyssa Robinson, who repeated as a shot put champ with a throw of 46.1 inches. But she had a little bit of a scare from sophomore Edie Savanik, who threw 45 feet 9.5 inches on her second to last throw.
All right, as we turn our attention to the boys' throw, one of the best races, and those of you who follow us on Twitter, we had a pretty good picture of the final in this, where 2012 100-meter state champ Lamar Hargrove from North College Hill edged out Ohio State commit, yes, the Ohio State for football, Jim, only junior, Paris Campbell from St. Vincent St. Mary from Akron in the 100. A couple other things, Sam Prakel was able to double in the boys 8 and 1600. Couple other boys divisions. Some guys tried to double, couldn't do it. Prakel, the Oregon commit, is able to double, wins the 8 and the 16. One other thing I want to mention was the Akron St. Vincent St. Mary boys did set the meet record in the 4x200 relay.
In the field events, this was the year of the repeats. 4 of the 5 events had repeat champions, starting with Joe. I'm going to screw up your last name. Makavecki of Bishop Watterson, he repeats in the high jump. Dylan Dyke of Waverly repeated in the shot put, and Matt Rowland of Bellevue repeated in the pole vault.
Now, Dylan Dyke's going to where, Jim? Where's he going?
He'll be teammates with Aaron Zadella at Ohio State University.
The Ohio State.
Yes, that place in Columbus. he'll get to throw more at Jesse Owens, so he already likes the place
There
a
you
lot. And then your performance of the meet in Boys Division 2 has to go to Anthony Shivers of Salem, who repeated as the discus throw champ by throwing 203 feet 2 inches. U.S. number 3 or 4 mark right now. He's got one more week in him. He's going to go to the Midwest Meet of Champions along with Dylan Dyke and represent Team Ohio. Shivers was just 5 inches off the Division 2 record, so he wants another shot at that.
And as far as Shivers, check out the Ohio Mile Split web pages. We were able to get an interview with him after he received his medal on the podium. Jim, as we take a look at the last division here, Division 3, we need to start with Warren JFK's Chad Zallo. He doubled in the 110 high hurdles, and then in the 300 hurdles went 36.87, which was a U.S. mark, number 10 for the year, number 2 for all sophomores, and then also a D3 all-time record. In doing so, he beat returning state champ John Lent from Columbus Academy. In the 400 meters, Matt Tobin of Fairview capped off a great high school career, winning his 3rd straight state championship. Clayton Murphy of Tri-Village set a new D3 state record in 1600 meters, going state meet record 4.1162. He edged out Corey Gines of St. Thomas Aquinas at 4.1183, one of the best finishes of the day.
And Corey's going to Michigan.
No, it's not the Ohio State. In the 3200, Kyle Pullman sets a state meet record in going 9:12 and some change for Columbus Independence. And Lima Central Catholic set a new state meet record in the 4x200.
In the field event, you had 3 in the high jump that goes 6.6, and they had a go to misses to separate out who gets the gold, the silver, and the bronze. Your eventual winner was Trey Everett of Fairlawn, winning off of misses. In the boys' throws, you had David Palaskak of Rootstown becoming the first double winner of the meet, winning both the boys' shot and boys' discus. His winning shot put mark was the best in all divisions of the day, going 62, 5 1/4 to edge out Dylan Dyke.
Going to the Ohio State, Jim. The Ohio State.
Yeah. By a 1/4 inch, where Dylan threw 62.5 last in Division 2. And Palaskak's discus throw was 173 feet 1 inch, where he came back in the finals to take the lead.
On the girls' side, Katie Mokros wins the 100 and 200 meters in impressive fashion. And then for the team title, in the 39-year history of the girls' state meet, there's never been a lower score by a team to win the state championship, and that was the case on Saturday. It's Versailles edged Columbus Academy 28 points to 24, and it really came down to the girls 4x4, which Versailles edged Minster to take the state title.
And just really shows you the parity, especially in Division 3 girls track and field right now, where everybody kind of has pieces everywhere, but nobody has that, one person that's going to put away all the events. Looking at the field events, though, 3 girls go 11-9 in the pole vault, and again they have to go to misses to sort out who wins. Ended up being Arlington Junior Willow Thompson, who comes back next year to defend her title, along with Sam Shook, who took the silver medal. She'll be back too. They'll be able to battle it out again next year. In the throws, Macomb's Becca Lepolmeyer won the discus on her last throw, going 144 feet 7 inches. She tried to do it again in the shot put, but was unsuccessful, where she actually finished with the silver medal. But Fairlawn's Olivia Cummings, who threw 45 8.5, took the gold.
Quite impressive. And just real quick, Sydney Fairlawn won 2 state championship medals. Very small school, very impressive for them. Becca Lepelmeyer, also we have a video for her after she won her state medal in the discus, so check that out on Ohio Mile Split. And as we close out the show, we hope you enjoyed our following of the state track meet via Twitter. We thought we did a pretty good job of hitting all the winners, or as many winners as we could, along with podium shots, state champion shots, and then action shots. Again, we're still trying to grow the track community, trying to make the Ohio Mile Split page even better. As we speak, 834 followers, which is 550 followers more than we had a month ago. So please follow us at Ohio Mile Split. Our goal is to not beat the U.S. Mile Split, where they've got over 5,000, but we want to be the number one state with Mile Split and followers. So please follow us at Ohio Mile Split.
We want to be at 1,000 before cross country.
Have a great night.